Hi guys, today I'm talking to you about how I try to help other authors. Now, this is something I used to do, I shouldn't say more actively. I used to have a Twitter page where that I focus a lot on sharing other authors' books, and it was very time consuming. I didn't have the time. I didn't feel like it was getting anywhere, so I ended up taking the site down. And now I just have my regular Twitter and I try to share other people's books, and I discover new authors that I hadn't, not new, but new to me. And I try to share it just in case someone sees it. And I try to build my platform and have more followers. So if you're on Twitter, X, sorry, I'm at Mima on fire. And the details should be underneath this video anyway. But I try to share various authors and their books, and not to the point that I'm like just going, and there's like 700 books per day, shared, but I don't have time to do that if I wanted to. But I try to share a few as much as I can, and just get a different set of eyes maybe on that person's books. And people do it for me. I don't really keep track and record of like, oh, well, this one did. So if someone shares mine, I try to share theirs. But I don't like share someone else's video or book and think, oh, well, they didn't share mine and get pissed off. I don't have time for that, but I try, I try to help. And another way is if it's a book that I think is interesting, I buy it, because that's what we're here for, right? To sell books. And not only do I buy it, after I'm done with it, I donate it to the library so somebody else can see it. So maybe they'll put it in the system. If it's a book I don't like, even, I will still try to get it in the system, because then I think, well, other people might see it and enjoy it. And that's kind of what this is about, right? And that's how we help each other out. We're not corporate authors. A lot of us are just independent authors. And by corporate authors, I mean, we're not with a big publishing company who, and everyone's like thinks that's the greatest thing, but sometimes my understanding is you don't always have creative control, which is a big deal to me. I don't want anyone coming in saying, Michelle, I think this is what we should do instead of this, and this is the ending. And you can publish your book as soon as you switch that. And I'd say, no, I'm not doing that, because it's like television, it's like movies, it's like the music industry. They want what sells, what's a guarantee sell. They don't want to experiment and say, well, this person's a little bit different. No, they don't do that. I don't know. I don't think so anyway. I don't feel that way. But I'm getting off topic. The point is, I try to help other authors. I try to think of different ways that I can, to get their work out there as much as I can. And I think people do that for me as well. So, if you really want to discover new authors, the best place really is Twitter, whether you follow me or not. I find there's a ton of authors on there. That's kind of the place to go. There's Goodreads, but I don't know. I mean, I like Goodreads, but I find it, like, if I were to go on there trying to find a book, I don't know. Like Twitter, I know I could, hashtag whatever. And maybe you can do that with Goodreads too. I don't really know how you discover new authors on there. I'm not an expert in Goodreads. I mean, I use it, and it's a great place to track what you're reading and that kind of, and you can do giveaways, which I've been looking into. I don't know if I do right now, but I considered it, and I find Twitter kind of the best place for that, and to share books. And again, if you're independent, you kind of need that help, because you don't have a big publishing company making sure that you have a big newspaper or whatever review your books, or that's featured in Oprah magazine or whatever. I mean, it's like anything else, if you're owned by a corporation, they kind of pat the back of someone else who pats their back, scratch their back, whatever that goes. You know what I mean? So, and, you know, I would assume that they would spend advertising money to kind of have these books featured. And the point is, it's being placed there. You're hearing about certain bestsellers and not bestsellers that are new authors, sometimes because they want you to hear it. Make sure it gets out there. You know, an independent, you're kind of doing your own thing. So, I don't know. I try to help as much as I can. If I could think of other ways and I had time, I could probably start a blog. Don't have time. Might be something I do in the future, but, you know, I don't really have time. I'm not really interested in giving book reviews and stuff, but some people do that too. Anyways, guys, that's how I try to help other authors. If you are an author trying to get your book out there, don't be shy to reach out to me. Twitter's probably the best place. You know, maybe find me there, send me a message or wherever, and say, hey, would you mind sharing my book? That's it. That's it. I don't mind. Anyways, guys, have a great day. Thank you.